Hey, welcome to Happiness Bar, where my goal is to share cocktails, content, and happiness. And today, I'm not just wearing a stupid hat for the fuck of it. It's Derby Day, guys. Well, it's a week before Derby Day because I'm posting this a little ahead of time so you have a little bit of room to learn how to make this cocktail before Derby Day. So, as you could assume, on this beautiful spring day, we're gonna make the mint julep. All right, so the mint julep is a fairly easy classic cocktail to make. There's not a whole lot of prep to it, so this is gonna be an easy episode, an easy cocktail for you to make on these beautiful spring days, to drink while having your derby parties and wearing your fancy hats and all those kinds of fun things. All right, so the build for the mint julep is 2 ounces of bourbon, a 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. We're gonna use 7 mint leaves. Lucky number 7, baby, bet on 7. That gets muddled into the simple syrup, so we build it in the glass, right? We don't shake this or stir this in a mixing glass. We muddle that in to the simple syrup. In the glass, we pour our bourbon on top of that, and then we're gonna add a bunch of crushed ice. Then in the glass, we're gonna stir that baby up. We're gonna add a bunch more crushed ice to dome the top, the traditional, the OG Mint Julep ice dome. Throw a straw in that baby, and we're gonna garnish that with some mint sprigs, and we're gonna top it off with some Angostura bitters. So, as you can see, there's not much prep. All we gotta do is make some simple syrup. So with that being said, let's jump right into the prep work. So the tools you're gonna need for the prep / making the cocktail. You're gonna need a kitchen scale or something that can weigh out grams. You're gonna need a bar spoon or something you can stir with. You're going to need a Lewis bag and a mallet so you can crush up your ice, or a refrigerator that has a really good crushed ice setting. I don't know, I don't care either way. This is the cool way to do it though. Get to be like freaking Thor, just mashing ice all over your bar and impress people and make a whole fuss of it, make a show of it. Okay, yeah. We're also gonna need a muddler, a good sized muddler to muddle that mint into the cocktail. And you're gonna need some sealable storage containers. You're also gonna need a pot. All right, so with all that being said, let's just jump into making our simple syrup, right? So grab your kitchen scale. All right, we're gonna place our container on that scale, zero out that scale. Then you're gonna need your sugar. This is a 1-to-1 ratio simple syrup. So if you wanna make a batch 1-to-1, do like 250 grams of sugar to 250 grams of water. All right, we got our sugar. We're gonna add that into our pot. And we got that container back on our scale. Let's go ahead and weigh out our 250 grams of water. All right, 250 grams of water into the pot with the sugar. And pretty simple, go ahead and turn that burner on to a medium-high heat. Give it a stir to incorporate your sugar, and bring it up to just about a boil. Make sure all that sugar is dissolved. All right, guys, that sugar is completely dissolved. Grab a storage container, and I'm just gonna pour my simple syrup into the storage container. Grab a lid, grab some blue tape to label and date, and guys, the shelf life on that simple syrup is up to a month, refrigerated. Guys, that's basically it for the prep work. Next, we're gonna get into making our mint julep. Yeah. All right, guys, so what I have here is a Lewis bag full of ice. And what I have here is a mallet. And what I need to do is crush the fuck out of this ice. Now this table I know is not sturdy enough for me to beat this ice to hell with this hammer. So if you excuse me for one moment, I'm gonna go crush this ice, and then we'll get into making our mint julep cocktail.
Yeah, crush it, crush it, crush it.
The ice is good and crushed. I'm gonna set this aside for a moment, and we'll start making the cocktail. So for our mint julep, built in the glass, so we're gonna need our glassware. And we're gonna need our jigger. We're also gonna need our muddler. So to start, let's grab our 7 mint leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 mint leaves. Place these down into our glass. And I didn't use a cheater bottle today, but whatever. 1/4 ounce of our simple syrup. Now we're gonna take our muddler and we're gonna muddle this mint into our simple syrup. Now, side note, another way to do this if you wanted is you could just make a mint syrup instead of muddling the mint in. But I wanted to do it the more traditional way just to show you guys how it's traditionally made. And this is it, baby. And if you wanna make just straight mint syrup, because then you could just pour these up real quick and not have to muddle, check out the Bar Essentials playlist and look for mint syrup. I'll drop a link in the description. and maybe a little pop-up tag right here. All right, good and muddled. Next, we need our 2 ounces of our bourbon. In there, babe. Yeah, grab all that beautiful crushed ice. And we wanna pack this in nice. Oh yeah, all that beautiful crushed ice. We got that packed in there nicely. What we're gonna do next is we're just gonna give it a nice stir, right? So stir it up with your crushed ice. Get everything nice and incorporated, all the mint and syrup and the whiskey. Yeah. A beautiful little mint and bourbon slushy right now. Perfect on a nice, warm spring day for the mint julep, baby, the Kentucky Derby. All right, that's nice and incorporated, guys. Get that out of there. And what we wanna do, grab some more of this ice now. And we wanna just keep pouring in our nice crushed ice. We're gonna make a mess. And we want a nice dome on this thing, right? So I'm gonna try to do this. Oh yeah. And we got ice everywhere, but I don't care. Look at this beautiful cocktail here. Next, we're gonna grab pretty mint, something thick. All right, so we take our mint, push it down into the cocktail, into the ice, spilling more. And I know this isn't a traditional julep glass, but it's the only copper glass I have, so I wanted to just go with it. And then lastly, what you're gonna wanna do is get a straw and tuck it right down in there with all the mint right around it. So you get the mint on the nose as you drink it. It's beautiful, it's vivacious. And one more thing, I'm just gonna top this ice, a little bit of Ango, baby, all around. And there it is, guys, the mint julep. Let's taste. Yeah. I think there's a reason why the Kentucky Derby gets loose. Holy shit. Nice and boozy, strong bourbon. Subtle hints of mint, a subtle note of sweetness, kind of like that of an old fashioned, a good old fashioned, right? Just enough, that 1/4 ounce of syrup. The crushed ice is watering down that bourbon just enough to dilute it in the way in which a cocktail should be diluted. This is a fantastic cocktail. You get the Ango and the mint on the nose. Man, mint juleps, baby. We should be drinking these all year round. As you can see, I'm sweating. It's hot. This is quenching my thirst, and I am grateful for the mint julep. So there it is, guys, the mint julep in all its glory. Guys, maybe you made this recipe along with me. Maybe you wrote it down, say, for a later date. Either way, I hope you guys are enjoying this recipe. And guys, as always, become a regular somewhere. Become a regular at your local watering hole. It's the best way to support local business. Become a regular here at Happiness Bar by liking, commenting, subscribing. Hit that bell if you want notifications. We got cocktail videos coming out every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern to get you ready for the weekend. Stay happy, everyone. Yeah!